Well, hey everybody. I hope you're doing well. So this is my first shot at making a video to go over some things for APCS. I did get an email from the College Board regarding, actually it wasn't from the College Board, but another teacher who's highly involved with the College Board. Anyway, they are obviously making some changes to the exam and what that's going to look like. They're reducing, it looks like they're going to reduce what is covered. Honestly, I feel pretty good about what we've covered. The things that they took out were things that we've already covered. Recursion, 2D arrays, and inheritance. But I think the inheritance part, I'm not sure if I really agree with that. It's just so hard not to have things being inherited. So anyway, what that exam is going to look like and what is actually going to be covered, I'll be updating that with more information. I do have an email to them asking them about exactly, is this etched in stone? Is this what you're thinking of? Should I pass this on to my students? The APCSP course, just FYI, not that you care, looks like they will only be grading the performance tasks. Incredible to me. So no multiple choice test at all, just the performance tasks. That would be how they're going to go. For you guys, unfortunately, it looks like it'll be instead of an hour and a half exam, 45-minute exam, and some free responses. But with a reduced amount covered is the idea. So anyway, that's where we're at. We'll continue pressing along as if the exam's going full bore, covering different things. I'll be giving you practice tests. Again, as I said in an email, I think that we've covered really all of the things on the subset. So doing some practice, doing some examples, getting your skills up, just kind of honing your coding capabilities is what I was hoping to do. And giving you, again, some practice exams to do both multiple choice and free response stuff was the idea. If it looks like, yeah, we're going to do things slightly differently, and we'll shift and make sure that again, you're prepared. The College Board is intending to give the exam, so I would not expect them to cancel it, although I do know that they've canceled like the SAT portion tests that were coming up. All right, so that makes some sense. It does appear to be that the exam will be an at-home kind of a thing. Test security is crazy important to the College Board, so I would expect them to try to figure out a way to get that to happen. So that's it. We'll just sort of keep moving along. Hope you're all safe and well. And so greetings from my room, my little officey space in here. Anyway, it's just a crazy time, ain't it? All right, so let's talk a little bit about question 2 on the AP 2018 exam. And so this is what we were asked to do. This question 2 was dealing with word pair, and so this is dealing with a little bit with inheritance, not a super lot, but a little. So a word pair object is one that has 2 strings, and all we are given is the getters for that. All right, so we don't see much about that class, just that a word pair is an object that is defined, has a constructor, and it has these two strings that are part of it. Then the part that we are concerned with is the word pair list class, and that has an array list of word pair objects, and we are to write the constructor for that in part A. There is a method called numMatches that we also have to write. That's for part B. They do provide us with a couple of examples of what a word pair list does and how it works. Example 2 that is on the screen right here. Isn't this cool? I got a little thing I can highlight stuff. So here's the example that I'm showing you. Oh man, I just feel so techie. Anyway, that's this example I think does a good job of presenting exactly what that's going to be. And so if we take a look at that, here is the phrase, the string, the array of strings rather, that would get passed to the constructor. That's right here. And notice that what's really happening here? How do they get pairs? Right, so they're not just moving get the first one and they get the second one. No, what they're doing is they're getting the first word from that string, and they're going through all of the remaining words in that string and matching and pairing up those guys. So if you look at the examples, the word the is going to be then matched with more, it's going to be matched with the word the, and it's going to be matched with the word merrier. Now, those are all of the pairs that match with this first word. Then it moves on to the second word. And so the second word is going to get more and the, more and merrier. That's all of the remaining ones for the second word. Notice that it doesn't need to go back to the first. So it's not always, we're not always cycling back through, because then we would have word pairs with the exact same ones that have been previously matched, I guess it would be a way of saying it. Anyway, so you'll notice that. So there's more and the and more and merrier. And then we move on to the third. Then we're going to be, okay. Then we'll be going through and getting the last one as well. All right. So the other thing to note is that when we're putting these together, we're stopping at the second to last word in the array of strings. In other words, we're not going to merrier and get, because there's nothing after that, right? So there's nothing to pair it with. Merrier has been paired with all of the previous words. So kind of recognizing that fact that you're going to be moving through, starting with the next element in the list and ending that list with the second to last is kind of the critical thing to observe in that. All right. So with that, here is my take on. I do think, as I said, coming up with an algorithm, however brief, however non-code-like, I think it's going to help out as you start to approach some things. All right, it's easy to look at something and just get wrapped up in, okay, this is what I got to do, and then you end up down a rabbit hole that you didn't intend or shouldn't have gone down. So here's to do the constructor. Well, I got to make that array list. All right, so the array list of word pair objects is declared, but it is not initialized. So I need to initialize it in the constructor. That's the first thing that I got to do. I got to go through my array. So I'm starting at the first, going to stopping at the second to last. I'm going to traverse that again, starting at the one past and ending obviously at the last word. And I got to create a new word pair object with each of those guys and then add that object to the array list. All right. So that's the next step. So here is my, I think, my approach to that. If I can do this. Yeah. All right. So let me